This bush here, damn it. This bush here to the right is where homeless people usually sleep. Looks like they steal stuff from Walmart and come and hide out in here and eat. In this spot here, there's usually like 10 or 12 shopping carts. That's where they park them. This is a shopping cart parking lot for them. But occasionally, I guess, Walmart comes along and picks them all up. We have alleys like this all in the city, but this is how the trash and recycling gets picked up. The trash and recycling trucks come through these alleys instead of blocking the main streets. I live down the street here, about 2 blocks to the right. But I'm heading to the library right now to do this food safe, of course, for this upcoming prospective job. And this is just a quick way to get to the library. On the left is the highway, and to the right is the residential neighborhood. To the left is where homeless people too, they like to hang out and drink. It's really quiet here. They don't get bothered by anybody. But I don't see any signs of them. I think I chased most of them away doing my security job for the building. And of course there's a nice hill here to the left, which kind of blocks the noise from the highway to the residential properties here to my right. It's a nice day out for a walk. Still kind of new to this filming. Still a little bit awkward and shaky with it. And in every neighborhood, there's these little fenced-in alleyways too for walking to get from one block to another without having to go down to either end. I've never seen what's on the other side of this fence. Obviously, it's the highway. Nothing to see. You'd be surprised, most of these little houses you see here, they all go for $500,000 or $600,000 Canadian. I've seen a few of them advertised over the few years I've been here. And my old landlord was a real estate agent. I am freaking hungry. I was 3 minutes late to a pancake breakfast this morning, a free pancake breakfast. 3 minutes late. But they gave me 4 free pancakes anyway instead, and a bottle of water. Right now I've got those pancakes in my back pockets. I'm gonna eat them when I get to the library. Whenever I head out in the city, I usually put my wallet in my front pocket. So that freed up my back pockets. They're empty. Each pancake, of course, was in a sealed bag. A sealed, like, little tiny brown paper bag. But yeah, I've got 4 pancakes in my back pockets. And I don't know what to do with them. Pancakes in my pockets. Pancakes in my pockets. I've got pancakes in my pockets and I don't know what to do with them. Pancakes in my pockets. Pancakes in my pockets. And in Alberta here, all these trash cans, they're all bear-proof. Even in the city here. It's a sealed container, and you slip your hand up underneath that thing, and there's a latch, and it opens it up. Oh, it's actually open. But yeah, they're bear-proof. Bear does not have fingers to get up into that latch to open it up and to ransack the garbage. Kind of a neat invention, actually. And this is Calgary Stampede week. It's on for 10 days. There's trailers everywhere. People come in from all over the world. But the trailers are probably just mostly from Canada here. Let's see where this license plate is from. Yeah, Alberta. But yeah, these are some nice properties here. And we're coming up to a dead end. And to the right at this dead end is a school, just a little public school. I rented the basement of one of these small places at one time. The house got sold, so I had to move on. It's a 1,200 square foot basement apartment, 1-bedroom basement apartment, walk-in closet, huge living room, kitchen. My rent was only $700 a month. So in total, the place was probably 2,400 square feet. And it sold for $650,000, I think, $650,000. Beautiful place, this one. Wow, look at these flowers. I have no idea what they are. Looks like a homeless person has shed some clothes. This area is bad for transients, for homeless people. They start downtown, then they jump on the train. Nobody asks if they paid or not. Then they come out to the suburbs, like here in Brentwood, Calgary, and then they find places to beg for money, like outside grocery stores, liquor stores. Then they get enough for alcohol, and then they come out to like a little quiet place like this and just drink all day. It's pretty sad. They're mostly all natives. I've never seen any signs of huffing, like spray paint in a bag or gasoline in a bag like you used to hear about. Back when I lived in Halifax, I used to find empty Lysol spray canisters with holes punched in the bottom. The homeless there used to punch a hole in the spray canister of Lysol and drank it. They're probably all dead now. We're going to be heading right here, and just down the road is my old Fountain Tire location. I spent 6 years changing tires. But let's go to the top of this. I can show you a little bit here. Screen is wet. It's just trying to dry it off so I can zoom. There's a strip mall here to the right. If any of you have heard of Original Joe's restaurant, it used to be right there. The boss used to take us there frequently after work for drinks and dinner, but they went under, this location anyway. And then the owners split that space into two and made a pot shop, marijuana shop, because it's legal here in Canada, and a nail salon. But yeah, they used to be a booming restaurant at one time in here, back a couple years ago. And there's my old shop. I left there because my body's falling apart. I can't work with tires anymore. It's brutal. 26 years in the tire business. Changing tires at the side of the road just by hand, off one rim onto another rim, flat repairs on the side of the highway for big rigs and dump trucks and you name it. It's really hard on your body. I had to move on. And that bank there, the drive-through machines there, a few years ago somebody came by in the middle of the night with a stolen truck and tried to pull one of the ATM machines out. They did not get the machine, destroyed everything though. The cops were here the next day, and as I left work for just a few minutes to go take a picture of the scene, as I got on the property, my phone suddenly stopped working. I wasn't able to take a picture. I thought, what the heck is going on with my phone? It's fully charged. And I went back to the shop. As soon as I got back to the shop, it started working again. So I went back to the scene and tried to take another picture. And it would not work. My phone would not work. Trying to take a picture of the scene. Then I went back to the shop and it was working again. So I'm guessing, for some strange reason, they must have like cell phone blockers on at a scene like that. That's a cell phone tower, I think. And that Bros to Go used to be a Starbucks, and then COVID shut them down, and then Bros to Go afterwards moved in. I've never been in there with Bros to Go. Just a little coffee shop. And I'm about another half a block away from the library, our final destination. That tree there, I tied a bike to once, or I locked the bike to once when I first got to this area. Just jump on the bus and go get some KFC before the delivery service started. I came back like maybe 45 minutes later. My bike was gone. It was stolen. It had a good lock on it too. Locked it right to that tree. Starbucks was open. Nobody saw a thing. Then I went to the bank here to see if they had outside cameras, if they could provide any evidence for me. They did not admit they had outside cameras. They did not want to talk to me. And that was a freaking good bike too. No idea what these little fruits are. I don't think they're edible. But this tree is friggin' loaded with them. None of them had started to drop yet. The ground is pretty clean. I wanted to show you something down here. A couple of interesting things. I think I might come back to this, put some food in there. Looks like there's lots of bread in there. This is the neighborhood puzzle exchange. I'm going a little bit off the trail. There's one other thing up here I wanted to show you. It's really interesting. And this is Brentwood, a suburb of Calgary, Alberta. It is summer 2023. think today's July 11th. I've been in Alberta now for exactly 9 years. After moving here for employment in the tire field from Ontario. Actually, I was going to say another little school, but that's the same one. We were just on the other side. And this across the road is what I'm headed to. It's a community book exchange for kids and adults, whatever. Looks like there's a combination of adult books, novels, and kids' books, which is good. Those you'll find out of every neighborhood here in Calgary. They're old newspaper boxes. Well, obviously at one time newspapers were big. People used to stop at them for a few seconds on the way to work, put a couple coins in, pull it open, grab a newspaper, jump back in their car and gone. But now with the internet, there's not much call for that. So obviously they've donated the boxes to community. Just put puzzles in and books in. And that one we saw was for food. It's a great idea. You go ahead, sir. Just a mailman passing me. Boy, I wonder how many steps they take in a day. They probably walk a few miles anyway. Wow, this is going to be a long, interesting video. 32 minutes already. Oh, it looks like there's some bread gone already. Just in the last few minutes. That is really good to see. Still find it funny. There's pancakes in my back pocket. Black pockets. They're gonna be cold, but they're gonna be edible. Old folks apartment building ahead of us. I always found this one car really interesting. It's an elderly place, and this car is parked here like all the time. There's an old guy sitting in it. His grandkids likely painted the rims. It's a freaking Cadillac too. The guy saw me and rolled down his window. I think he was about to yell at me. I'm on public property. I'm allowed to film. I waved at him, smiled. We are at the public library. Big tennis courts here, open to the public. And back yonder, there's a pool. There's a building with a pool. Community pool. Indoor. Very well kept. Nice place. And there you have it, 36 minutes. Hope you've enjoyed.